I'm Aaron.
And I'm Julie.
And we're Goen's Garage. All right, this is our 58 Chevy truck we built probably about 5 years ago, I'm guessing. And what it is we took the body and sat it on a 2005 GMC van. We shortened the frame down about 22 inches. And we did a lot of photos. That was back before we thought about doing a YouTube channel. It's a really good, dependable truck. We drive it everywhere. We take it down to Gatlinburg a lot for the rod run. And it's got the painless wiring harness in it. And we used Spear Tech out of Anderson. They did all the wiring for the LS motor. And it's got Dolphin gauges. And yes, that is a Chevelle steering wheel in a 58 truck, if that's okay. The fuel tank's back here in the back. This is the original tank that was in the van. We put it back here, and it works out fine. I mean, it takes up a little bit of the bed, but that's okay. We don't really haul a lot with this truck. More than anything, we use it to pull the camper. We have a vintage camper that's a 58 also. You'll see it in the video, and it matches the truck. But it's a really nice truck. It works great for us. Like I said, it's very dependable. This seat that we actually used is a rear seat out of a Chevy Silverado. And the reason we use that is because it's a narrower seat in the back, so it gives you more room to sit. If you're thinking about using a seat that you need more room in a truck, you might do that. And that's Gene Winfield. If you don't know him, I'm sorry. This is a 62 Chevy Corvair truck. You don't see very many of these. This one's rusted really bad. I mean, it's got a lot of rot, but it's a good truck. And what we did is we're gonna end up putting new floors. We started working on that, and we got a seat reupholstered, and all the wiring and everything is from a 2005 Chrysler minivan. Okay, so on the video on this, it'll show you how we did this. So we took the minivan, cut the whole front end out of the minivan, and here it is. So you can see where the dash used to be in the minivan. We put the whole cradle up underneath the back of this, and this thing runs and drives now. We set the steering on the back, so obviously it doesn't turn. But we're in the works of getting this finished. It's a fun project. It's different. You don't see these very often, but yeah. So the wiring was the biggest issue on this vehicle, was extending all these wires, because if you can see, there's a lot of wiring in the front of a minivan. So extending all these wires to the front for the gauges and everything to work correctly, because you got your ignition and all your gauges, everything out of the minivan is actually in this vehicle. So my wife's been really wanting this vehicle. She wants it done, so this is the next one up on the block. So you'll be seeing a full video of the build of this vehicle on the next video. This is a 1968 International Lodestar, and we purchased this body from Corey Wheat Customs. And it's sitting on a 2005 Chevy Silverado 3/4 ton full drive with a Duramax. Runs great, it drives great. It's really a good truck. It's been a lot of fun to build. The tanks on the side of this boat pontoons. What we did is we cut the pontoon down. You can see on the back, this is where the eyelet is, where you normally tie off on a pontoon, and we turned them sideways and bolted them on and capped the ends. But they're just for looks. They don't hold fuel, they don't do anything like that. Now later on down the road, we might end up making like a storage compartment out of it, open it up, have it hinged open. But we put them on there just for looks, and then we bought the stacks off of Marketplace, and the truck the truck just sounds really good with the stacks on it. It was just a have to. We initially put a flatbed on this truck, but then we changed gears and thought, you know, let's make it more like a small miniature semi. So that's the reason we did what we did. But we didn't really do a whole lot to the cab of this truck. Most of it is everything else that we've done. The fenders were double hump fenders off of the semi. The other one went here and started. It was just for one side. We purchased those off Marketplace, and we cut them and just, you know, did what we did here. So they work good. The wheels are from Dually Kings up in Auburn, Indiana. I would highly recommend getting wheels from Dually King. They do awesome work. So we bought the wheels and tires. We won't talk about how much it was, but anyway, you can talk to him about that. So anyway, built not bought. I thought that was pretty cool. And then we ended up building a little compartment here that you can store chains in here. Just a box. That's all it is. Nothing spectacular. But put the Reese hitch on it. It's got the plug for the plug in. Put the lights on it. It's got brake lights, turn signals. Everything works. Even the air conditioning in this truck works, because when we built this truck, we actually did a body swap. And for some of you out there that doesn't know what that is, it's when you basically take a body completely off the chassis, but you leave the firewall and all the wiring. You don't have to do all the wiring, which is really nice, because that's a lot of work to rewire a vehicle. So I would highly recommend, if you're wanting to build something like this, to do like a body swap. It's a lot easier. But the truck's cool. I'll start it here. Runs good. So the visor is off of a Kenworth semi. We put it on there. Thought it'd really give it that look, you know. And the same way with the mirrors, the side mirrors on this vehicle are off of a semi. What I did is I just cut them down and I re-welded them to what I needed. I didn't have to cut these. I just had to cut the long bar, because on a semi they go way down. So I just had to shorten this bar here. So it works really good. Like I said, the motor's a Duramax. Just a general motor. We haven't really done much to it, so, but it runs real well. The front bumper's the original. The grill, everything's original. Now, when we built this truck, with it having the Duramax in it, we had to go through and shorten, or I'm sorry, we had to go through and lengthen the front end, because it was too short for the radiator, the cooler, everything else was just too tight. There wasn't enough room. So what we did is we lengthened this, and you can see in the video, when we post the video of this truck build, you can see how we stretched this, and it was stretched about 6 inches, 5-6 inches, somewhere right around there. Like I said, in the video that we post on this truck build, you will see how we did it and what it looked like before we did any kind of paint or anything like that. And we just did the patina paint, just made it look just kind of rustic. I like the patina, I really do. I like the patina. It looks good. You don't have to worry about it. If somebody leans on it, it doesn't hurt anything. So these are our builds that we've kind of been working on. The Corvair is probably the next one to be done. And then down on the end down here is a 62 Mercury Monterey that we just picked up. So we didn't actually do this build. It was already done when we got it. But it's just a neat vehicle. It's very different. It was a 4-door car, and they actually took and welded the back doors shut, and made a El Camino out of it. The rear window, you can see from the outside and the inside, is actually out of a S10 truck. And they actually kept, whoever did the body work, actually kept this framework for the window. So it actually worked really well. But there's some things that we're gonna do to it. We're gonna do some kind of paint job on this vehicle. We're gonna teen it or something. I want to get some stainless trim put on it. I want to change the seats in it. We want a bench seat. We don't like the buckets. Bumpers. It needs front and rear bumpers. Tail lights. But it's neat. So we call this the El Confuso. It's not an El Camino. It's an El Confuso because it's really confusing on what it is. So if you like this vehicle, just keep watching our videos, because we are going to be working on this eventually, and I'll be posting a full video of the build of this vehicle. But like I said, I didn't do this work, somebody else did, but they did a fairly decent job on it, really. So we'll just button it up and make it what we want. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, life's too short to drive boring cars.